Hi, Michael.
Hello.
Big win against your rivals at the weekend, and Jurien said he can still feel the energy around the place after that win. Can you still feel it?
Yes, I do, and we have to make sure that we carry that energy tomorrow again to the stadium, to each individual, and I will play with the same again dominance, aggression, efficiency against that top side.
Gabriel Martinelli and Noni Madueke were back on the bench. Are they in contention to start tomorrow? Are they still available, and are we going to expect any new players back from injury in the squad?
Yeah, they are, and we're going to have a meeting now to decide as well on Martin. He was very close for the previous game, so we are hopeful that tomorrow he can be in the squad as well.
Victor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz weren't out at training today. How are they progressing in the rehab?
Really good, both of them. So in the next few days, again, I think they're going to have a repeated scan to see how everything is and where we can push them or not for the weekend or the following game.
This is the second big game in this week, the one you said you prepared for. How are you going to approach this game against Bayern Munich? Will there be squad changes, or you could look to take momentum from that win against Spurs into this match?
With the same intention to win it, we made a really good preparation again, a really show one, but I think very efficient as well. We know the importance of the match. We are in a really strong position. We want to maintain that for sure. And we know that we have a beautiful and very demanding game ahead of us.
Bayern Munich first v second in the league phase of the Champions League. So much attacking talent in their side as well. Players like Harry Kane and Michael Olise. Are you looking forward to the challenge?
For sure, and this is the kind of game in the competition that we want to face, and we've been very consistent in both competition, as you mentioned. They've been as well, and tomorrow is a great test for us to see where we are.
Thomas, hi.
Hi.
Just reflecting again on Sunday and that atmosphere. I know you're talking about connection and synergy quite often in your range here. Is that the best you've experienced? That 90 minutes before and after as well?
It has to be one of the best for sure, and the atmosphere and the energy was created as well just before the game. I think it was excellent, and it makes such a difference. The players were talking about it. I hope our supporters realize what they bring, the joy, the confidence, the energy to the players, and we have to maintain and improve that constantly because it's a massive superpower that we have.
During this season, on a number of occasions, the question that's been asked towards you is about set pieces. So in the spirit of fairness, all four of your goals were from open play on Sunday. Did you allow yourself a little smile, maybe just as you're about to do now?
For me, same value. For me, it doesn't change. Everything is part of the game, and in relation to the opposition, you play how they defend and the options that we have to be very efficient in all departments. I'm upset that we didn't score on a set piece because I want to score on a set piece as well. I'm upset that we conceded a goal. So it's been at our best in everything that we do. That's the aim.
A lot of clubs around Europe will probably view Arsenal as the toughest challenge in European football just now. When you look at Bayern Munich, in the context of your season so far, is this the biggest challenge so far?
Well, every opponent brings different challenges. Obviously, they are in a great moment. I mean, the level of consistency they show in results, performances, in every metric that they have, is very, very impressive. We know that, but as well, that's a massive opportunity as well for us to show what we are capable of.
With Vincent Company in the away dugout, you know him very, very well. You coached him when he was the City captain. Did you always feel he would make a good manager? I know might be an obvious thing to ask because he was captain of such a big football club, but there are different qualities that are required from captain to manager. Did you notice those qualities then?
Yeah, my feeling was that Bini was going to be excellent at whatever he choosing to do. And I'm very happy that things are going so well for him because he has such a presence, intelligence, love for the game, work rate. So I knew whatever he was going to touch, he was going to make it really good. So I'm not surprised at all.
Thank you. Tom,
Hi, Michael. Game 1 of 3-1 this week, really tough week, of course, of games. And it coincides with you bringing back quite a few of your players that were out injured. Could you just talk about the extra challenge when you're reintegrating players in a week where the challenge is so high, the level is so high?
Especially because they've been out for a long period of time, 6, 7, 8 weeks. and that's quite a long time. But to be fair, when I see them training today as well and how willing they are, all of them, to play a part, to start ideally if they can, it's great. So they seem to be in a good place. We have to manage that because we have a very demanding week and opponents. But the other day we managed to bring Noni in, which is great to see, and the rest are ready.
What is that challenge like when the players are so keen to come back from injury and there's that real energy that they want to get back onto that pitch? And how do you kind of temper and calm them to say, you know, we know what's right for you and we need to introduce you in the right way?
Well, we have to look at the individuals, obviously, and make sure that they are ready if it's to start a game like this. And the second one as well, for how long they can play. We need to be very mindful as well how many of those players we put on the pitch, because most of them, they're not going to be able to finish 90 minutes. So we need to be conscious about the subs that we need to use, how we're going to use it, the windows that we have, in order to be very efficient with our decision making throughout the game, and we will plan in regards to that.
Simon, have you saying?
Mikel, you're going to have some big selection decisions now when you get these players back. Example being, obviously, Arteta has literally just scored a hat-trick in the position that Martin normally plays. How do you sort of see that battle, and is it something that you enjoy when you're going to have a decision between two players like that could be for the same position?
I do, because the priority is for the team to be as efficient as possible and to win football matches as a priority number one. And then we're going to have to deal with those situations. Players are going to have to merit to play, and the higher the standards each individual puts in, the higher the level of the team is going to be. So we're going to have to live with that in a really positive way, because it's something extraordinary for the team.
Is that the sort of message that you want, that from literally Raya and goal to whoever plays up front, every position in the team is being competed for?
It is, and it has to be, and thanks God that we have improved the depth of the squad and the quality comparing to previous years as well, because it's going to be more needed than ever. Football this season comparing to last season is already different. 2 seasons ago is a different league, and we need to be conscious of that. Like the other teams, the other squads in the league are built in the same way, nothing different.
Harry Bibbs, you ready?
Hi, Mikel. Can I just ask you about Gabriel Heinze? Obviously, he's joined your staff, and from the outside looking in, he looks extremely passionate. Looks like he's got great energy. What would you say, from a technical aspect, he's brought to your coaching staff that I'm not saying you didn't have before, but what are like his specific qualities?
Well, his experience, he's a winner. He's won in many clubs that he's been at. He had a very different education as well. Obviously, we know each other for 23 years. I'm very close of that. That brings something extra. But that level of passion, Gabi probably shows us in a way, but Albert shows in a different way, or Molly, or Nico, or Iñaki, and everybody that is around. So it's great, because at the end, what I'm really happy is that we complement each other really well, and everybody brings a different insight, different character, different personality to the table, and that makes us a much better team. It makes me a much better coach as well, which is the intention, to have the best resources to give to the players.
And it's great to see Gabriel Jesus back on the training pitch. We've all seen the videos online of him sort of putting the ball in the back of the net. Is there any idea when you think he'll be ready to be a part of the squad just yet?
Yeah. He's quite close, to be fair, and it's earlier than we expected. In the next few days, he's going to have another step to make with a game that we're going to organize for him, and after that, he's just going to be knocking on the door, because this is Gabi, and we knew that was happening.
Daniel Benches.
Hi, Mikel. How good must it feel to use a start player in Gabriel, and then having captain come in and not miss a beat in the biggest derby of the season?
Yeah, well, big credit to Piero, because that's a massive challenge to have your Premier League debut starting against your biggest rivals in a really special day against top players up front to replace Gabi. It's not easy at all. He did it in a really convincing way. That's his personality. I'd said before, he's a warrior. He's somebody that faces any challenge, and he's certainly that on Sunday.
And we'll go to Davide from Gazzetta dello Sport.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Do you think Arsenal is ready to be considered one of the elite European team, or you need to make a step like beating an already established elite European team like Bayern?
I don't know. If you talk about performances and consistency, hopefully yes, but to consider that in terms of the trophies at that level. I mean, we have never won the Champions League in our history, and Bayern Munich 6. That's why 6. Thanks for your support. We are not there. We compare with Real Madrid at a different universe. So we're gonna get there.
Okay, and finally in the As Live, we'll go to a question here from South Africa.
Miguel, obviously each win for the club brings a new set of belief, and how much would beating Bayern Munich be a statement that Arsenal can challenge on all fronts this season? Because obviously there's a lot of optimism around the club, the fans and everyone.
Yeah, we had the same question before Sunday, and great, we won it and we go, and then you finish the game, the next morning is Bayern Munich, and now we're gonna do Bayern Munich and we're gonna try to beat them for sure, and then it's gonna be Chelsea, and this is how ruthless at the moment the schedule is, how demanding, but at the same time, how privileged we are to be involved in 3 incredible games in 6 days.
Okay, that finishes As Live. We'll go to 10:30 tonight. Kick off with Sam for the Telegraph.
There we go.
Hi.
Do you fear Harry Kane?
Sorry?
Do you fear Harry Kane?
I wouldn't use that word. I admire what he's done and what he continues to do, and that level of consistency, especially demanding to score goals at that level with his country, with any team that has been involved, is remarkable. So big credit to him. That we are prepared. That's it. Be prepared for what is coming, and then focus on ourselves. Yeah, well, what we've done in the last 4 or 5 years, and obviously the turnaround has been big, and we believe it was very necessary to create the spine. We could not do it in 1 window or 2 windows. We needed time to do it, and we brought players especially that they can complement each other really well, which is great, and they are performing at the highest level. So yeah, we continue to now, while we have them, keep evolving them.
Well, you were seen on Sunday before the game, that tifo that went up, that's obviously got a lot of reaction. The last time it happened in April, it obviously didn't go to plan, to put it mildly. This time, very, very positive. Did you have any input in this, and what did you make of it all?
It's about constantly learning, and the thing that I loved is that it came from our people. You know, our supporters decided what they wanted to do it, how they wanted to do it, and I think the club gave a massive support to that, and I think at the end it created something unique, which is what you want, and it was a great start to the day. I think it was believably delivered.
Ed, go.
Hi, Michael. Just on your striker situation, you've got obviously three potentially returning, with Jesus coming back as well, as Jokeris and Havertz. So when you have them all back, at the moment obviously Mikel Merino's filling in, but when you have them all back, does that give you maybe an extra edge with the season coming up, to have so many options?
Yeah, and hopefully that will be soon. It has not been the case. It's not even been the case that Kai and Victor are together in the squad so far, and we are at the end of November, which is almost half of the season. So yeah, hopefully we're going to be in that position. I hope so.
But in terms of Merino, obviously he had a great game on Sunday as well. You're fully confident he can do it against a team like Bayern as well?
Absolutely. I mean, and he's done it in the past, and he played the biggest part of the season last year at the end in that position. And yeah, we take it for granted, but what he's doing, it's exceptional.
Okay, last couple now, from the Athletic.
Afternoon, Carl.
Hi.
There are several members of your current team that weren't part of the squad when Bayern knocked you out in 2024. Do you feel that with your current squad, with some of the new faces, that you are better equipped to take them on this time?
We are different, and we are different to that game, and that game as well. We lost some very important players in that knockout stage, and hopefully we are better. We're going to have to show that tomorrow.
And finally, Charlie from Sun.
Michael, going back to Vinny, I mean, how impressed are you that he really stuck to his principles? Because Burnley must have been really difficult for him, because he's obviously not used to losing as a player from City.
Mm.
So how impressed are you that he really sort of stuck with that, and what sort of job do you think he's done at Bayern?
Well, incredible, because the first season what he did at Burnley was unbelievable. It was a record. So then he stuck. Obviously, you have to understand as well the position they had at the time and the difficulty of that task. But then it's not a coincidence that team like Bayern Munich comes in for you. It's because they've seen something remarkable and special. And I know Vinny and how he can present and deliver things, and that's what I said. I'm not surprised at all.
Can you spot in terms of at City or even now at Arsenal, can you spot potential managers? Some managers have say that they can normally see a player, even if he's in his early 20s, they can identify
he'll be a leader, he'll be a manager. Can you do that? And are there any players here at Arsenal you think maybe one day could be sitting in your chair?
Well, with some of them, it's quite obvious because as well, they can be quite open and say, this is my next step. And probably we have a few of them. I will never say that player is never going to be a manager because I've been surprised as well with a few of them over the years. But with Beanie, it was obvious.
Okay, guys, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.